Bitcoin supply at its lowest level since 2018 while breaking all-time highs. And there's something else. I can't remember what's happening today. Something big. What is Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea. Hey. Good morning, everybody. My name's pianomattyb. That is Scaramucci's. This is your morning TA. A brief glimpse into the crypto markets where the sun's shining, where the wind's blowing. All the humble opinion of this piano Zamboni bringing the data. The FOMO index has inched down to 76 from yesterday's 77. Bitcoin dominance 57.6%. 24-hour volumes 379 billion. The overall market cap 3.71 trillion. Give or take 100 million. Well, to say we've seen some volatility this past weekend would be an understatement, as Donny Trump and his village people buds yanked our Bitcoin chains. During his speech last night, hodlers waited with bated breath for anything mildly resembling talk about the strategic reserve, but got the massive shutout. The market, well, she didn't like it one bit. After spending the weekend in a toddler's timeout, range-bound, with a whiff of optimism, Bitcoiners didn't get the shout-out we so desperately needed. The price started to tank, breaking through the 50-moving average in the psychological level of 100K, finding a bottom and a bounce at 99.4. Then after its tanking tantrum was over, started to pump back up, breaking all-time highs, picking out at 109.3 and is feathered down to a time of production 108.4, placing us once again in Xanadu in price discovery, awaiting Trump's day one and the possibility of a strategic Bitcoin reserve going into place, effectively changing the course of humanity forever. And I'm not sure the psychopathic elected elite class even know or care about Bitcoin and its species-changing potential, but it doesn't matter. We can look at them as our puppets now, doing the bidding of the population / voter base while changing the course of destiny forever. Now over on the ding dong, you can see we did break out of our last channel of eternal monotony. There aren't any more resistance levels, as this is quite literally uncharted price waters, with the sell pressure coming from rogue kamikaze short sellers trying desperately to give back their Bitcoin to the exchanges. Is that a data alert? Yes, it is. Looks like the 20 moving average is crossing bullish over the 50. The last time she did this was way back in September, where we saw a subsequent pump of 75% before she crossed back bearish. And where would a 75% pump from here take us? Well, that would be way up at 190K, which is the highest price probability this humble piano has ever charted on this channel. Now, there's bearish divergence of the reversal kind on almost all timelines, but we'll look at that more closely later on the live stream. quick look at the Wookiee. Sees we did close the candle hella green, carving out a bullish engulfing candle. A candle that signals continued bullish strength. Moving into this week as well, we also broke out of our channel of ascension in bull flag, which does have a price probability of 140K. I wouldn't be surprised to see a quick how's your father down to retest this channel's resistance, now acting as support at 106K, but with all eyes and ears on Trump's day one rhetoric. It would surprise me to see any downward action outside of confused robot quant bots not knowing what to do. Because this is a historic moment in our Bitcoin journey. But if there's one thing to remember, is that Bitcoin doesn't need the US government. The US government desperately needs Bitcoin. And we are about to see the entire world get orange pill. What you're looking at, my friend, the sun's up. It's another beautiful day here on planet Earth, a day none of us are guaranteed. We're not guaranteed these days. You were lucky enough to have anyway. So get out there, knock 'em dead, and remember, we're playing the same game as our psychopathic elected leads. That's right, it's the long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic day. And we'll be going live right away, so grab yourself a coffee. Join me for a quick one, and by all means, sing it with me now. Or on the banks of boom dash bang, Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea. Hey, whoa, cha-cha-cha-ching. Sneaky Pete asks, is it day 0 or is it day 1? And then when I saw that comment, I'm like, oh, Sneaky Pete, of course it's, wait a second. What is it? Is it day 0 or is it day 1? Would that, is today day 0? Is there such a thing as day 0 or is it day 1? I think it's day 1. I'm going to say it's day 1. Look at that. 108K, the Bitcoin price. Do you think maybe retail will come once he orange pills the world with the Bitcoin strategic reserve? Maybe, I don't know. Backup Kid says day 1 because he's going to be signing stuff today. So I guess what do you just he gets inaugurated, then just heads into the back office and starts signing stuff? I mean, time is of the essence. I feel like we're basically in the 11th hour. Can you bring up your volume? I haven't changed anything. Let me see. It does look like I might actually tune in. Hold on. Let's see if this does anything. Does this do? No. How about now? Is that louder? What's going on there? Can I get a double on that in case it was Randy's? The volume on your video. Oh yeah. The volume on my video and it is a lot different. It's always been kind of different, but it's okay for me, Jimmy Coco. Let me see. Okay on my end. Oh, I can give it maybe one more crank out. That's about as loud as it gets before it kind of reds out. Maybe that's better. You know what it is? It could be my in-ears, because I have been wearing my in-ears during my production video, the editing, because my fancy studio over-the-ears one broke. Can you believe that? It broke. And so now it like doesn't close, so this kind of comes out, and you don't get what you need as far as in-ears. Sneaky Pete, she just needs more of that deep baritone. It wasn't deep enough. I get it. Yeah, now that sounds a little better, actually. Thank you for the feedback. Need to hear it. This one-man show up in Canada, if something goes wrong, I don't know. You know, the only comments I get after the video are bots trying to promote XO01774 token. So I wouldn't know. Bullish on Parade, we need a Bitcoin song to the tune of Escape by Rupert Holmes. Is that the Pina Colada song? Bum, 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 bum. Copyright strike. Yeah, copyright strike just for those three. It's amazing how good YouTube is at certain things, like copyright striking anything I do. Yet they'll let, literally 100 robots spam my comment section trying to scam people to go buy some coin for no reason. Noah Erickson. It's been a while. Hope you're still riding those waves down in California. Thank you for the super chat, Noah Erickson. Noah Erickson down in California riding the waves. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for the super chat. Holy smokes. Wick, that's the one and only Chadwick, has gifted 5 pianomattyb memberships. Thank you for supporting this channel on a Monday. Day. Thank you very much, Chadwick. Thank you for the memberships on this Monday morning, day 1. It is a historic day here. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I was watching the inauguration eve thing yesterday, and I was just like, come on. He's going to say it now. He's going to say it now. He's going to say, what? Village people. And then it was over. So we didn't get it last night. It was weird why you would say was it an omen? Is it an omen? Was it an omen that he didn't speak about it yesterday? Because it seems like maybe it's just because we're in this bubble here, but I feel like the only real thing besides immigration, obviously that's a hugely important thing, it's Bitcoin. It's like you got to talk about Bitcoin in your inauguration speech. Nicole Menace Tater Mafia, a.k.a. Queen of Memes, member for 2 months. Woohoo. Thank you, Piano. Much love for all you taught me my first year. Crypto, much love. And your ringtone is not, if your ringtone is not FOMO at the top, you need to. Do you have a ringtone, a FOMO in at the top? Nicole Menace Tater Mafia, a.k.a. Queen of Memes? Because I don't have one. I don't have a ringtone of FOMO in at the top. The joke's on everyone because no one actually phones me. My mom phones me, every now and then, but it's either my mom or scam people phoning. So I would still like FOMO in at the top as my ringtone, as you can imagine. I wonder if I can make like a really nice version of that people can get without having to jailbreak the Apple ecosphere just to let that happen. Because I think I've been, it's in the Discord still. Oh, like my Discord? How come I didn't see that? Nicole Menace Tater, I like spam calls now. It's funny because when Duke's in the car and I get a spam call, I will answer it. And hopefully it is a person. A lot of them are just robots now that hang up on me. But I do look forward to it. If I got a car ride, right, I'm going to talk to these spams. And I play dumb for a while, like I'm about to give in to whatever they want. And then I say, I usually like pretend that I'm like this type of person. Like, I want to be compliant. I do want to be compliant.
And then at the end of it, I go, I got one question for you. I'm just wondering, what does your mom and dad say when they say, what does your son or daughter do? Do they tell everyone that you work in a call center and you rip people off 5 days a week? Is that what your mom and dad do? Is that what they say? Are they proud of you? Do they say, we're proud of you? Now, in certain cultures, ripping people off is a badge of honor. I didn't know this. I thought, how could it be a badge of honor? How could anyone like that? But in certain cultures there is. I'm not going to say which culture. But I've heard some stories from people in Winnipeg, actually, who actually told me about their nightmare stories. That's another topic. Sneaky Pete vaporizers over in British Columbia. Thank you for the super chat. He says, USA, 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 USA. Yes, thank you for the super chat, Sneaky Pete, over in BC. Now, it looks like we already got that little retracement that I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little retracement down to 106. Where did it go to? 105.4. 600. I guess I'm off. I must be off on my TA. I can't believe I was $600 off on that little retracement, but that's where you had it. And then, man, we got bought up real proper like. Now we are in price discovery, so it's smooth sailing in the blue skies. Like, I mean, anyone who's cutting shorts here, they're solo short sellers who have just picked a price to decimate their portfolio. Now, a couple of them will get lucky, but really it's a 20% of the time type of thing. Like when we're talking about probabilities, because that's all technical analysis is probabilities. Don't ever think that it's 100% real. It's just probabilities based on psychological reactions to the market. So I've always compared technical analysis to sports commentating. Messier passes to Gretzky. Gretzky over to Anderson. Anderson to Semenko. Shoots. He misses. And so on and so on. That's all TA is. It's like, oh, well, we bounced off this support at 103, and then we got up to 106 and got rejected. Nothing, it's impossible to predict any market. Now you can have hunches on probabilities, but that's all they are. They're just hunches on probabilities. And I've done enough trading in my life to know that it's no better than really poker. You know, a good poker player, some of the best poker players I know, they won 57% of the time. You know, that's it. Duke, have you smashed the likes yet? 59 likes, 100 likes gets Duke up here. Or shout out. He was shut out. Speaking of shutouts, Duke was shut out all last week. Didn't get to play piano. Not a once. Not a once. Yeah, so it's just hunches based on probabilities. And sometimes, you know, it goes your way. Sometimes it doesn't. But when people, if you do enough of the trades, you realize Misco won a poker. Poker, how much did you win on Misco? I'd like to know the analytics of your poker win on Friday. Was it a cash game or was it a tournament with buy-ins? And what was the buy-in? Back in my poker days, I would only play poker if it was wealth relative. So what do I mean by that? If I was playing doctors or lawyers or, you know, white collar high earners, I wasn't going to play a $20 tournament. You know, they would always invite me because I had a poker company. Oh, you know, I think they liked playing me and my friend Scotty. But if it was $20, I have no interest because it's like, relatively speaking, there's no juice in the squeeze for these doctors or lawyers. What do they care about losing $20? That's why they're going like 10 jack unsuited. I'm all in, right? And if they lose it, rebuy. So it had to be worth. I had to know that they would feel the pain if they were going to lose. Now a lot of these high earners are extremely cheap too, so maybe $20 was was enough to make them feel pain. Some of them were those same people that like to rip people off too. Just I'll leave it that there. Misco, what was a cash game $40 buy-in? Yes. Randy Hipper, I need to learn poker. Poker, I'm surprised you don't know poker. It's just, well, there's knowing the hands and then there's knowing how to play poker. And then, I guess it does. There is a lot of nuance to the game of poker. Now, unfortunately, I grew to hate poker because the business was, I was surrounded by poker players. And, you know, the vast majority of the poker players I knew were huge degenerate gamblers. And so show me a degenerate gambler and I'll show you a constant liar, so to speak. So, you know, like they never lost any money. And every time they would tell me a bad beat story, they would follow it up with, and then I got pocket aces and I took the pot down. So I'm even. Anyway, enough about poker here. And here we go. So we have the crossing of the bullish 20 over the 50. Now, normally I don't really care about these bullish crosses, these golden crosses, these death crosses, because they usually come at the end of cycles, so to speak, or movements or trends, right? But it is interesting to see that we haven't had this bullish cross since way back here in September. That's September in Quebec, Canada. September, we were at 59K. Remember 59K? Yes. Oh, now you have the nightmares. It was 58K. Members like every just waking up to 58K. Oh my God, 58K. Is it ever going to go up? Hell yeah. She went up. And then essentially, we stayed above that 20 moving average. A 75% pump up. 75%. That's crazy to think about it, right? And now we're having that same movement again. And will we see a 75% pump? Could be. 190K. So it was interesting on the video production today that was the highest probability I've ever charted, so to speak. I think I've spoken about, you know, my prediction is 244 and 562, but I've never charted anything higher than 190. So 190 is officially the highest probability of this channel's existence. So that's pretty fun for myself anyway, to see that come to fruition. Because, man, you got to remember, we've been battling it out here in the bear market, you know, making predictions of, you know, you take the poll, you slide it all, and then you have 42K. Wow. You take the poll, you slide it all, and then we're all at 58K again. You know, all these numbers. So to have them at 190K, unbelievable. So let's check out this weekly. We have broken out of not only the bear flag or the bull flag, but this is a channel of ascension that goes way back. Oh, you can't see it. Yeah, there you go. Way back there. We're just following these one. Ta-da-tee. See you later, Randy. Have a good stream. This will take you all the way to a Randy stream. Actually, you can just go and grab a coffee when this is done, and it'll open up on Randy's stream. Isn't that amazing? And we can see this. This is an important weekly candle close, because we haven't closed above this channel of ascension. Now we got to, right? So if we don't close, one might argue we would go down. But here's the thing. Like, I actually wasn't going to make a TA video today. Ray Ron, I love your TA. I can't figure out why you don't have 100K subs. Yeah, I can't figure it out either, Ray. I toil and I run scenarios. What is it? That's why I asked that on the thing. No, how many likes do we have? 72. Sorry, buddy. And yeah, so if we don't close this candle, hold on. The reason why I wasn't going to make a TA video is because all bets are off today. Like we are seriously at the craziest day of maybe Bitcoin's entire journey. It's the inauguration of Donald Trump and the potential Bitcoin strategic reserve. So, I mean, all the TA in the world, doesn't matter. He either says those words or he doesn't. And I think if he doesn't say those words, the market will react poorly. And that will be expressed in the price action. Now, if he does say it, the only thing that I'm a little worried about is that we are having a run up. So I don't want to run up into a sell the news events. You know what I mean? Because this is generally how this plays out when the market goes up and then we get something like that. It's not the best. But we'll see. Ray Run, if you share the video with people, that grows the channel. That's about all that can happen because without that, it gets shelved. Under 100 likes, it also gets shelved at about 600, 700 views. And if that is a metric, now, do I believe it's a metric? Not really. Because here's the thing. We've had 150 likes on these channels. It doesn't perform any better, right? So it comes down to when I see the metrics, I see shares go down. So when shares go down, generally the channel kind of stagnates, but that's an MP, not a YP. I have to figure that one out. I'm looking at the weekly chart here. Yes, so the most important thing about this week, the Maple Curtain conspiracy. Yeah, sometimes, but sometimes I think it's Trudeau's put a little, something on Canadian content YouTubers, maybe, but I don't know enough content creators in Canada, in the crypto sphere, so to speak, that have large enough channels to do metrics. So sometimes I'll compare metrics with large channels, and then it makes a little more sense. Like when I see a channel with 100,000, a million views, and they get ratioed the same amount. I just look at it as a sentiment, social sentiment. Do people care about Bitcoin? Not really. Not like they did in 2020. So I would say that there's bearish divergence on the social sentiment. So we have price action going up, social sentiment going down. And you would think that if there was a social sentiment going up, it would kind of be, we would see it in the metrics. So we haven't seen that yet. It's a little bit up, but it's not like 100K social sentiment up. But one of my theories on that is that it's just the fact that people might have think they missed the boat. You know what I mean? Like 100K, well, I don't care anymore. How about that? It's 100K. I don't care. They've missed the boat. I'm going to put all my money into Millennia meme coin. I have potential of greater upside. And the truth is, you get in early enough to one of these lottery scams. Hey, you're early on a pyramid scheme. I remember pyramid schemes. I learned about them in high school. We had them, the $20 pyramid scheme. I don't know if you guys had that, but everyone had to find someone to put $20 in, and the person at the top got like, I don't know, $300. I never actually did it, but you know what I mean? That's when I first learned about the Ponzi scheme. And then for the rest of my life, it was like, holy smokes, everything's a Ponzi? Is everything a Ponzi? Like, is everything a Ponzi? Turns out maybe it is. Anyway, listen, I'm going to be watching the news all day. I'm going to be driving with everything on. I'm going to be at the squash club watching the TV, watching this inauguration just to hear if Donny Trump says anything about the strategic Bitcoin reserve. Make sure you like and subscribe and share the